Assalamu alaikum. We're going to start our Thursday night program. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, with the recitation of Quran by Brother Mohsen Mangwala.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذا قيل لهم تعالوا إلى ما أنزل الله وإلى الرسول رأيت المنافقين يصدون عنك صدودا. وإذا قيل فكيف إذا أصابتهم مصيبة بما قدمت أيديهم ثم جاءوك يحلفون بالله إن أردنا إلا إحسانا وتوفيقا. أولئك الذين يعلم الله ما في قلوبهم فأعرض عنهم وعظهم وقل لهم في أنفسهم قولا بليغا. وما أرسلنا من رسول إلا ليطاع بإذن الله ولو أنهم إذ ظلموا أنفسهم جاءوك واستغفر لهم الرسول لوجدوا الله توابا رحيما. فلا وربك لا يؤمنون حتى يحكموك فيما شجر بينهم ثم لا يجدوا في أنفسهم حرجا مما قضيت ويسلموا تسليما. ولو أنا كتبنا عليهم أن اقتلوا أنفسكم أو اخرجوا من دياركم ما فعلوه إلا قليل منهم ولو أنهم فعلوا ما يوعظون به لكان خيرا لهم وأشد تثبيتا. وإذا لآتيناهم من لدنا أجرا عظيما ولهديناهم صراطا مستقيما. ومن يطيع الله والرسول فأولئك مع الذين أنعم الله عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. ذلك الفضل من الله وكفى بالله عليما. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
ये दुआएं कुमैल है जो हमारे मौला अली अलैहिस्सलाम कुमैल बिन जियाद को सिखाई। किस अंदाज से मौला खुदा को पुकारते हैं, जैसे एक फकीर अपने मालिक को पुकारता है, ऐ खुदा आज हम खाली हाथ तेरे दर पे दस्तखत देने आए हैं। Oh Allah, we are lovers of Ahl Bayt alayhi salam. उनका वास्ता देकर दुआ करते हैं, या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या अल्लाह, all together, या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या अल्लाह. Today is a night to keep your sins before you. Immerse yourself into this beautiful rendering of Dua Kumail. Present your sincere istighfar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Ghaffar, Ya Ghaffar, Ya Ghaffar. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وخضع لها كل شيء وذل لها كل شيء وبجبروتك التي غلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباقي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي أحاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أضاء له كل شيء يا نور يا قدوس all together يا نور يا قدوس يا أول الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تهتك الغسام اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقام اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعام اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. This is the first part, is to confess your sins to Allah, because we are asking forgiveness of those sins which become obstacles in the way of our qabuliyat of du'as. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تقطع الرجاء اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك وأستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك وأن توزعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خاضع متذلل خاشع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا اللهم أسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجة، وعزم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم عظم سلطانك وعلى مكانه، وخفي مكرك وظهر أمره، وغلب قهرك وجرت قدرته، ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومته. اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرا، ولا لقبائحي ساترا، ولا لشيء من عملي القبيح بالحسن مبدلا غيره. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي. The first step of Tawbah is to confess that we have done wrong to ourselves. ظلمت نفسي وتجرأت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترتها، وكم من فادح من البلاء يقمت، وكم من نسار وقيت، وكم من مكروه دفعت، وكم من ثناء جميل لست أهلا له نشرت. اللهم عظم بلائي وأفرط بي سوء حالي، وقصرت بي أعمالي، وقعدت بي أغلالي، وحبسني عن نفعي بعد عملي، وخدتني الدنيا بغرورها، ونفسي بجنايتها ومطالي. يا سيدي فأسألك بعزتك ألا يحجب عنك دعائي سوء عملي وفعالي، ولا تمدحني بخفي ما اطلعت عليه من سري، ولا تعاجلني بالعقوبة على ما عملته في خلواتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي، ودوام تفريطي وجهالتي، وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي. وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا، وعلي في جميع الأمور عطوفا. إلهي وربي من لي غيره، أسأله كشف ضري والنظر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي أجريت علي حكما اتبعت فيه هوى نفسي، ولم أحترس فيه من تزيين عدوي، وسعده على ذلك القضاء، فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعض حدودك، وخالفت بعض أوامرك، فلك الحمد علي في جميع ذلك، ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي في قضاء، وألزمني حكمك وبلاغك. Oh Allah, I have come back to you, although it is very late, but I have come back to you. وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي. I've come back to Allah. How have I come back to you, Allah? Proffering my excuse, regretful, broken, apologizing, asking forgiveness, repentful. وإسرافي على نفسي. معتذرا نادما منكسرا مستقيلا مستغفرا منيبا مقرا مذعنا معترفا لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني ولا مفزعا نتوجه إليه في أمري غير قبولك عذري وإدخالك إياي في ساعة من رحمتك اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ذري وفكني من شدي وسوقي يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني خدا کو پکارنا میں شرماتے نہیں اللہ تعالیٰ کو اس وقت اپنے تمام معذرتیں گناہوں کے بخشش کے لیے ہاتھ پھیلائے خدا کو پکارنے میں شرماتے نہیں خجالت میں کشی یا رب ارحم ضعف بدنی یا رب ارحم ضعف بدنی ورقة جلدي ودقة عظمي يا من بدا خلقي وذكري وتنميتي وبري وتضيتي هبني الابتداء كرمي مصانف برك بي يا إلهي وسيدي وربي أتراك معذبي بنارك بعد توحيدك وبعد ما انضوى عليه قلبي من معرفتك ولهج به لساني من ذكرك واعتقده ضميري من حبك وبعد صدق اعترافي ودعائي خاضعا لربوبيتك هيهات أنت أكرم من أن تزيع ربيت أو تبعد من أدنيت أو تشرد من آبيت أو تسلم إلى الملاء من كفيته ورحمت وليت شعري يا سيدي وإلهي ومولاي أتسلط النار على وجوه خرت لعظمتك ساجدا وعلى ألسن نطقت بتوحيدك صادقا وبشكرك مادحا وعلى قلوب اعترفت بإلهيتك محققا وعلى ضمائر حوت من العلم بك حتى صارت خاشعا وعلى جوارح سعت إلى أوطان تعبدك طاعيا وأشارت باستغفارك مذعنا ما ظنوا بك ولا أخبرنا بفضلك يا كريم يا رب يا كريم يا رب وأن تجعل مضاعفي عن قليل من بلاء الدنيا وعقوباتها وما يجري فيها من المكاره على أهلها على أن ذلك بلاء ومكروه قليل مقصود يسير بقاء قصير مدته فكيف احتمالي لبلاء الآخرة وجليل وقوع المكاره فيها وهو بلاء تطول مدته ويدوم مقامه ولا يخفف عن أهله، لأنه لا يكون إلا عن غضبك وانتقامك وسخطك، وهذا ما لا تقوم له السماوات والأرض. يا سيدي فكيف لي وأنا عبدك الضعيف الذليل الحقير المسكين المستكين. يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي، لأي الأمور إليك أشكو، ولما من أعوج وأبكي، لي من عذابي وشدتي يملك للبلاء والمدة. فلئن صيرتني للعقوبات مع أعدائي، وجمعت بيني وبين أهل بلائي، وفرقت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك، فهبني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي. ऐ खुदा फर्ज कर ले कि मैं तेरे अज़ाब को बर्दाश्त कर लूं, लेकिन तुझसे जुदाई को कैसे बर्दाश्त कर लूं। अगर मैं जहन्नम की आग को बर्दाश्त भी कर लूं, आग की हरारत को बर्दाश्त भी कर लूं, मैं तेरे नजर करामत से कैसे महरूम रह सकता हूँ। या इलाही व सय्यदी व मौलाया व रब्बी, सबरतु अला अज़ाबिक, फकैफ अस्बिरु अला फिराक़िक, फहबनी सबरतु अला हर्रि नारिक, फकैफ अस्बिरु अला नज़रि इला करामतिक। أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجاء يعقوب، فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لئن تركتني ناطقا لأزجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيج العاملين، ولأصرخن إليك صراخ المستصرخين، ولأبكين إليك بكاء الفاقدين، ولأنادين بينكم يا ولي المؤمنين يا وارث آمال العارفين। जिंदगी का कोई भरोसा नहीं, हमें नहीं पता हमें अगले साल ये माह रमजान नसीब हो या नहीं। ऐ खुदा हमें इसी रात में इस लम्हे माफ कर दे। या तमाम आरिफीन, या गियास المستغيثين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين، يا إله العالمين. أستغفرك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك، تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفتك، وذاقت عن عذابها بمعصيتك، وحبس بين أطباقها بجرمه وجريرتك، وهو يزج إليك زجيج مؤمل لرحمتك، ويناديك بلسان أهل توحيدك، ويتوسل إليك بربوبيتك. يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمه، أم كيف تظلمه النار وهو يأمل فضلك ورحمتك، كيف يهلكه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه. أم كيف يشتمل علي زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعفا؟ أم كيف يتغلغل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقا؟ أم كيف تزجره زبانيتها وهو يناديك يا رب؟ أم كيف يرجو فضلك في عتقه منها وتتركه فيها؟ هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك ولا المعروف من فضلك ولا مشبه لما عملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك. وباليقين عبت ولولا حكمت به من تعذيب جاحديك وقضيت به من إخلاد معانديك لجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما لكنك تقدست أسماء أقسمت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين وأن تخلد فيها المعاندين وأنت جل ثناؤك كنت مبتدئا وتطولت بالإنعام متكرما. أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون. إلهي وسيدي فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي حتمتها وحكمتها وغلبت من علي أجريتها أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبت وكل قبيح أسررت وكل جهل عملت كتمته أو أعلنته أخفيته أو أظهرت وكل سيئة أمرت بالإثبات الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جوارحي وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم وبرحمتك أخفيت وبفضلك سترت وأن توفر حظي من كل خير أنزلت أو إحسان فضلت أو بر نشرت أو رزق مسرت أو ذنب تغفر أو خطأ تستر يا ربي يا ربي يا رب. All together. يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك ركبي يا من بيده ناصيتي يا عليما بذري ومسكنتي يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي يا ربي. All together. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi. أسألك بحقك وقدسك وعظم صفاتك وأسمائك وأن تجعل أوقاتي من الليل والنهار بذكرك معمورا وبخدمتك موصولا وأعمالي عندك مقبولا حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا يا سيدي يا من علي معولي يا من إليه شكوت أحوالي Oh Allah, when I see the heavy weight of my sins, I get very despondent. But when I see your daily mercies, I become full of hope and confess my sins. لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Tawbah according to Shaheed Mutahari, Palat Ana, that is to return. Tawbah means to leave the wrong path and return to the right path. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab. All together. MashaAllah. Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rab. قوي على خدمتك جوارحي واشدد على العظيمة جوانحي وحبلي الجد في خشيتك والدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك حتى أسرع إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسرع إليك في البارزين وأشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وأدنو منك دنو المخلصين وأخافك مخافة الموقنين وأجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين اللهم ومن أرادني بسوء فأرد ومن قادني فكد واجعلني من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك وأقربهم منزلة منك وأخصهم زلفة لديك فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك وجد بي بجودك عاطف علي بمجدك واحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن إجابتك وأقلني عسرتي واغفر زلتي فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتك وأمرتهم بدعائك وضمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا ربي نصبت وجهي وإليك يا ربي مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي وبلغني مناي ولا تقطع من فضلك رجائي واكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي. All together. يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم من راس ماله الرجاء وسلاحه البكاء يا سابغ النعم يا دافع النقام يا نور المستوحشين في الظلام يا عالم لا يعلم صل على محمد وآل محمد وافعل بما أنت أهله وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alayka ya Nabi Allah. Assalamu alayka ya Abul Qasim ya Rasulallah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Assalamu alayka ya Abul Hassan ya Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين لها السلام. السلام عليك يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي أيها المجتبى له السلام. زيارة البارسة. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا وارث آدم صفوة الله. السلام عليك يا وارث نوح نبي الله. السلام عليك يا وارث إبراهيم خليل الله. السلام عليك يا وارث موسى كليم الله. السلام عليك يا وارث عيسى روح الله. السلام عليك يا وارث محمد حبيب الله. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين ولي الله. السلام عليك يا ابن محمد المصطفى. السلام عليك يا ابن علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا ابن خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والبدر الموتور. أشهد أنك قد أقمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين. فلعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأصلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة ولم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دعائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الردي الذكي الهادي المهدي. وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وعلام الهدى والأروة الوثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا. وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسله أني بكم مؤمن وبإيابكم مؤقن بشرائع ديني وخواتيم عملي وقلبي لقلبكم سلم وأمري لأمركم متبع. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. زيارة حضرة علي الأكبر عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله. السلام عليك يا ابن نبي الله. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا ابن الحسين الشهيد. السلام عليك أيها الشهيد وابن الشهيد. السلام عليك أيها المظلوم وابن المظلوم. لعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. زيارة الشهداء كربلاء عليه السلام. السلام عليكم يا أولياء الله وأحباءه. السلام عليكم يا أصفياء الله وأبداءه. السلام عليكم يا أنصار دين الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار رسول الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي محمد الحسن بن علي الولي الناصح. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي عبد الله بأبي أنتم وأمي طبتم وطابت الأرض التي فيها دفنتم وفزتم فوزا عظيما ويا ليتني كنت معكم فأفوز معكم. زيارة حضرت عباس عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا أبا الفضل العباس بن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا ابن سيد الوصفيين. السلام عليك يا ابن أول القوم إسلاما وأقدمهم إيمانا وأقومهم بدين الله وأحوطهم على الإسلام. أشهد لقد نصحت لله ولرسوله ولأخيك فنعم الأخ المباسي. ولعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة استحلت منك المحارم وانتهكت حرمة الإسلام. ونعم الصابر المجاهد المحامي الناصر والأخ الدافع عن أخيه المجيب إلى طاعة ربي الراغب فيما زهد فيه غيره من الثواب الجزيل والثناء الجميل. والحقق الله بدرجة آبائك في جنات النعيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي هلت بالثناء. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله له آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى صحاب الحسين. السلام عليك يا شريكة الحسين حضرت زينب سلام الله عليها. السلام عليكم جميع شهداء كربلاء وأسيران كربلاء. السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا جعفر بن محمد عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا موسى بن جعفر عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا علي بن موسى عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا محمد بن علي عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا علي بن محمد عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا حسن بن علي عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا وصي الحسن والخلف الحجة أيها القائم المنتظر المهدي عليه السلام. الأمان 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 من فتنة الزمان. السلام عليك يا بقية الله في أرضه وجل له فرجك وسهل له مخرجك وظهورك وجعلنا من أعوانك وأنصارك ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
Before I invite Malana, few of the announcements. So we will have an outdoors jashan at ICZ this Sunday at 2 p.m. For next Tuesday, we have Majlis of Shahadat Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salam. And then for Wednesday, we have jashan and amal for Shab Miraj. Before I invite Sayyid Mana Hadi Yassin, just want to make sure for the live Q&A session, you can join the Slido app. The code is 00786, or you can directly click on the URL. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Maulana Sayyid Hadi Yassin to address this, give the speech.
Thank you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. May Allah inshallah accept all your a'mal, your ibadat, your fastings in this month of Rajab inshallah. And Bahaq Muhammad wa ala Muhammad inshallah, He will accept all this from all of us and make all these a'mal and dedications, dakhira and reward for dunya wal akhirah. Inshallah, بحق صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Alhamdulillah, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for great opportunity again and another time, another night, Thursday night, this important and holy night in this great month. We are together. May Allah inshallah bless you, all of you, and keep you all safe, happy and healthy inshallah, under His protection, and inshallah shower His blessings and rahmat in this month, Rajabul Asab, Rajabul Marajab inshallah, to all of you guys. And I hope that inshallah your hajat, your khair hajat will be accepted in this month and all the time, inshallah. The majority of the akhlaqi and moral aspects of our lives, or the opposite sides of our moral aspects, the deficiencies, the issues, the psychological problems sometimes, and even the moral issues in the character of a person would show and come up and come out when the person is, in a, let's say, for example, later ages of life, started from, let's say, 7, 8 plus, mostly towards teenage and all the way to early adulthood and adulthood. There are some of the issues, some of the problems, some of the, habits that people have starts from the beginning. It starts from very early ages, which they have huge impacts on our lives. Starting from the early ages, continue through their whole path lifespan, and has a lot of effect on all of us. Keep that in your mind. The second part I want to mention is that, as we always say, sometimes we look in our lives, we look at our actions, our a'mal, our iman, then we're trying to figure out what is missing and what is not there and why I'm not improved as much as I'm supposed to. It can be spiritually, socially, whatever reasons. Specifically spiritually and socially in front of others, or many other reasons than why, for example, I couldn't get to that level that I'm supposed to get. When it comes to wajibat and muharramat, we all know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He described to us when it comes to the sins, gunah, we have gunah kabire, gunahan kabire, the major sins and minor sins. What we know is that whatever affects our personality, whatever hurts our personality, it is something that it should be not okay in Islam, that you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to practice this, either yourself or someone else or the society. You, someone else, or the society, right? If it's going to be hurtful for any of this, it's going to be something that is not acceptable in Islam, either haram or something that is not okay to be practiced. One of the most important and biggest and major sins and biggest issues that, again, starts from early ages, very crucial, very detrimental, and very dangerous, is a topic of lying and getting used to lie. I was thinking about it. We didn't talk about this. I don't remember we talked about this topic, although it's a very important topic to the details, which is one of the biggest, sins and major sins, and which actually one of the worst sins and one of the ugliest sins according to our traditions is the gunah of lying, kadhb, lying, kadhb, which unfortunately it's very epidemic. It's very common sometimes. We see it happens a lot. A lot of people are even children use it and doing it and practicing it. It starts from early ages, 3 or 4, as soon as the kid starts, realizing, understanding the things around this habit might get to them, and then they might start lying. What are the reasons? There might be a lot of reasons for that age. One of the major things, I don't want to get to the details of that. One of the major things is that fear. They lie because they want to hide something, because they're afraid of your reaction. If I tell the truth that I broke it, mom is gonna, fight with me. Dad is going to, I'm going to be in trouble. Dad is going to be very upset. Usually because of our experiences, the kids had with parents or someone else, I better not to tell the truth, because last time I didn't tell the truth, nothing happened to me. But when I told the truth, or my mom and dad figured out what happened, I was in trouble. So see, that's sweet. I don't tell the truth, or I change the truth, then I'm not going to be in trouble. The more I do it, the more the kids do it, the more they get used to it. And the more we practice a habit, the more the kids or us will practice a personality, a characteristics, the more it will resonate into the personality. And the kids grow up, teenagers, early adulthood, adults, are already used to lying. And it's now part of the personality of the person that lies all the time. Islam says it's one of the worst things that can happen to anyone, that makes the person, destroys the honor of the person, and humiliate the person finally in front of others and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Quran chapter 16, ayah 105. Bismillah ar-Rahman. إِنَّمَا يَفْتَرِ الْكَذِبَ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ. You know who would lie? Who would do the kizb, say the kizb? لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ. Those who do not believe in the signs of Allah. Their iman has issue. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَاذِبُونَ. Indeed, they are the liars. Those who have no believe in the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their iman has issue. They are the liars. This is Quran. Many other ayat talks about it as well. In this section, let me bring some ayat and some traditions, and then we'll go to the details of other things. Very important, very unfortunately epidemic, very common, sometimes happen. I have a lot of parents come to me and says, our children are used to lying what we're supposed to do. So, let's dissect it, go to details. Some of the traditions, Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what does he say? He said, when a mu'min without a good shari'i reason lies, because when we talk about it, when there's a shari'i reason, the logical shari'i reason, Islamic reason, sometimes, it's okay to lie, and if something is wajib to lie, we're going to talk about it. But without a good reason, shari'i Islamic reason, if the person lies, 70,000 malak, 70,000 angels would curse the person. And from the inside of this person, something stinks so badly, the bad smell would come out and reach the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of one single lie. I want you to think about it. And I was actually thinking about it. Why is so ugly? Why is so detrimental and dangerous that we have these traditions about something, I just told someone that I'm going to do it and I don't want to do it. What's the big deal? We can talk about why it's so important in the sight of Allah and how dangerous it's to us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how strongly he is condemning this. Someone asked Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, would a mu'min be a coward, scary cat? Yes, a mu'min can be. Would a mu'min be stingy? Yeah, it can be possible. Would a mu'min be a liar? No, a mu'min would not be a liar. Other things might happen, be stingy, be coward, or something like that. But being a liar, no, a mu'min cannot be a liar. But when you say liar, the sifat and the characteristics of being liar and being lying all the time that happens to that person, no. And Rasulullah says, indeed, lying would decrease the rizq of the person, subhanAllah, would decrease. And I was thinking, not only it causes, like I said, it destroys the honor of the person, it destroys the trust when it comes to that. And then not only socially and maybe even financially cause issue for this person, even from the Islamic perspective, it reduces the rizq and the sustenance of the person as well. Rasulullah then, another hadith says, woe to the person who lies. Woe to the person lies to other people in front of others so he makes them laugh. Look at this. It's very common. He lies, she lies, so others would laugh because it's a joke or something, so others would laugh. Then 3 times Rasulullah says, woe to this person, woe to this person, woe to this person. Then I'm thinking, what does it do? Even joking, lying, but it's as a joke, but what does it do to a person? It's so dangerous that 3 times Rasulullah says, woe to this person. What are you doing to yourself? I'm just giving a bunch of traditions about it. Rasulullah says, I'm going to give you news about the worst of major sins. The major sins and the biggest major things, the worst of major things. What are they? Number one, shirk billah, that you believe association with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second, aqul walidain, uququl walidain. A father or mother would do the would curse the person, says, you know what? I am not satisfied with you. The worst of major sins. Be very careful. The third, kazb, lying. These three are the worst of the major sins. And then he says that, another tradition, that a servant would not even taste Iman. The servant would not even taste Iman unless he or she quit lying. Both. Doesn't matter if the lying is joking or it's serious. Sometimes we lie and it says, I was just joking. It still has the effect on it. And we have in a song, you're not supposed to lie even as a joke. And it says, I was joking. No, you're not supposed to lie. I don't know. The reason, I mean, when I look at all these traditions and ayat, I was like, it looks like, for example, someone says, I'm going to just drink a little bit of the alcohol. Just a little bit. No. Just a little bit of poison. No. Even little will not accept it. How about I'm going to joke. I'm just doing, I'm just kidding. Just a little bit of, I'm just kidding. I'm not spit out. No, you're not supposed to. So just some of the traditions we reviewed together. Why it's so important? Personally, I'm going to just lie to someone to not even realize. What if the person wouldn't even realize that I'm lying? It's not about that person, about yourself. Yes, it's going to destroy a lot of things externally as well, but more importantly, how and what does it do to yourself? And if parents, you're not careful with this, what are you doing to your kids? How you're raising them to be liars and to get used to lying? You're literally promoting lying. You're literally letting them get used to lying because that's better than telling the truth. So I'm going to lie. Then he becomes, a teenager, says, why are you such a liar? Why you keeps lying? Why? Because I'm used to it. Right? So it's therefore, it's important that we pay attention. Let me go to the reasons. Why lying? I'm going to give 3 reasons. I'm going to combine psychological reasons because actually lying is not just spiritually, it can be psychologically a problem. If a person is really the person who keeps lying, it can be a psychological issue as well. One of the major reasons that person lies is that to make themselves, show themselves bigger or better than who they are. Because they have the inferiority complex problem inside. Something is wrong with me. I don't have enough. I'm not good enough. I don't have that much as others. I'm not that educated. Something internally, inferiority, that a person is trying to cope with that. As a result, would lie to show themselves bigger than who they are and what they are. Well, mashallah, my husband makes a lot of money, the business, and the husband doesn't make that much money that you're saying. Oh, you know what? Alhamdulillah, for the trip, we went to Europe or something. Some naive, cheap psychological issues here. Why you're showing something? Educationally, I'm so and so for internal. It can be a problem. One of the reasons that you're showing yourself someone that you're not, bigger than who you are. Well, one of the good things about this country is that you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be. If you say something that you're not, you're actually in problem. If you say I'm a doctor, then you're going to be in trouble. If you say I'm a certified plumber and you're not, I'm a contractor and you're not, you're going to be in trouble, right? You're not supposed to lie because you're going to hurt someone else. You're going to hurt their property or someone or health or something. If you're not a doctor, you're not supposed to. Why? So it's so important to protect people from lying. One, to magnify who I am and show it when I'm not. One of the reasons. The second, to protect ourselves. Like I said, the kids. I lie so I save something. I lie because it helps me to not tell the truth and protect myself. It can be as naive as what the kids usually do, for example, because if I say I broke the window, I broke the dish. Mom is going to fight with me and I'm going to be in trouble. It can be as simple as this or bigger one for adults. The third one is the person will lie to hurt someone else, to take something from someone else. It can be intentionally, unintentionally, it doesn't matter. Did you do it? No. Did you go that, in an accident, for example? Were you coming? No, it was not me. No. Well, why? Because I want to protect myself. I want you to be in trouble. And then, like I said, there are many other reasons. It can be psychological, like from childhood, they got used to it, personality, and many other things. But the major problem, the major issue here is that the person who keeps lying is actually have the inferiority issue. And it's because of the fear, because of the being coward, not being strong enough to tell the truth. Hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi wasallam, قُلِ الْحَقِّ وَلَوْ كَانَ فِيهِ حَلَاكُكَ وَإِنْ كَانَ فِيهِ نَجَاتُكَ. Say the haqq, even if the problem it's gonna cause problem for you. Even your halakat, even you're gonna be perished and have issue with that, tell the truth, right? Although, as Imam Sadiq says, although when kana fihi najatuk, your najat, your safety is in truth. This is overall. We have some details. We're going to talk about it. If it's dangerous, life and death, we can lie. That's a different thing. You know? And also, I'm saying, get used to being used to haqq and truth, not lying. There are a bunch of lies that, unfortunately, I picked some of them based on the tradition that we have and books that we have, that people are not paying attention. When I say lying, sometimes it's like, oh, very bad. Oh, very bad. No, that person lies a lie. No. Look at your daily life. There's a statistic that says average people in the United States, they lie at least once a day. 11 times a day sometimes. With different things. It doesn't have to be something so bold. It can be something very simple. One of them we have is specifically, if you go to someone else, and usually we don't pay attention to these things. We go to someone at someone's house or someone is eating, and they ask us, please come and join us and eat. I'm hungry. If I say, no, I'm not hungry, don't worry about it, I'm okay. Unfortunately, we do a lot of ta'aruf in some cultures with that. That's a lie. You're thirsty and they're offering you a tea or a water. You need to either say something that is the truth, or don't say, no, I'm good, I'm full, I don't want to know. That's a lie. You're not supposed to lie. You can have any other reason, but do not lie. Lying is haram. One of the worst lies is that says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is my witness that I'm telling the truth. Well, Allah is a witness that you are lying, actually. That's indeed one of the worst sins ever. One of the worst sins ever. Because Allah is a witness here. But you're trying to show something that is not the truth. Another worst, these are the worst type of the lies that sometimes we got used to, for example, saying like, Wallahi, Allah is the witness. Until like, I just got used to repeating the conversation, communication a lot. And we think, that's okay to say this. The other worst type of lying is that shahadat, witness, being witness, but with kazb, lying, false and fake witness, and testify. Go to the court, and that's a crime as well. That's a crime as well. You shouldn't. Illegal as well. You shouldn't do it. But look, Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this testifying, false testifying, and telling lying about this is equal to worshiping idols. Is equal to worshiping idols. The other thing is that ghasam, swearing. I swear to Allah, when someone is lying about it, this is one of the actually lying to Allah or about Allah and Ahlul Bayt are one of the worst type of sins. That's why in Ramadan, if someone tells something kazb and related to Ahlul Bayt or to Allah or to the fasting will be batil. If someone says this riwayat is from Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but this is a fake riwayat, the fasting of this person is batil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this and it's not the truth, the fasting is batil. This is one of the worst. Ghasam and swearing says, Wallahi, this is the truth. This is one of the worst things. Indeed, qasam, even with the true qasam, like you're telling the truth, that's very, very bad. Telling the truth, qasam, saying qasam a lot and swearing a lot, this is wrong and this is not good. This is a decrease the rizq again. Unfortunately, we see sometimes like, Wallahi, swear to Allah, swear to Rasulullah, this is wrong. Even the truth, let alone the lie, right? The other type of lie is that breaking the va'da, breaking the promises. You tell your wife that I want to do something, or you tell someone else, I'm going to finish something for you, I'm going to do something for you. Yeah, you promise something, you don't fulfill it, khulf va'da is a lie. If you know from the beginning you're not going to do it, for khulf va'da is haram. Khulf va'da means what? You promise or you break your promises. You don't follow through your promise. It's haram. You see how it's about social interactions, but it has huge effect internally on us. You're not supposed to say something, you're not going to stay with it. Lying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one of the worst types of lies. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. I only worship you and I only ask you to. If I'm not that way, it's as a big lie. If when it comes to the problems, I go to everyone but Allah, or the last one is Allah, how can I say Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in? If a person has a lot of desires and idols, worships in life, and hawa ya nafs, this is Iyaka na'budu, I only worship you. You really worship this? Or you worship your business, or you worship money, or you worship... Or someone starts the salat, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, at the beginning of salat, for example, or in the salat, says, Ya Allah, I'm facing towards you. Or before you start the salat, Inni wajjahtu wajhi lil-wajhi alladhi fatarani fatara samawati wal ard. Ya Allah, I'm just towards you, but your face is towards something else. Yeah, just physically, yes, but maybe lying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is Alamul Ghuyub, Alamul Ghayb. He knows everything, the Ghayb, so he knows everything, right? There are many other things, like sometimes, like I said, in details, jokes, and everything. Sometimes the way that we talk to our children, we promise something to them, or we don't fulfill it. We're literally promoting lying and breaking the promises to them. And when they do that to us, we become so upset. Why are you doing this? Who taught you this? Who taught you this? Right? A quick note here, there are some types of lies that are okay. I mean, they're fine. If a person lies, some of them are wajib actually to lie. One of those mujaz, kezb and lying that are okay, if when there is a big trouble, problem, mafsada, corruption is happened, if the person doesn't lie, or the life of a person is in danger, or the money of the person is in danger, something big shar'an is going to happen to them, here it's even wajib. If you don't lie, someone is going to be killed. If you don't lie, someone is going to get hurt. If you tell the truth, they're going to take everything. So something that is a big problem is going to happen. Again, this is very subjective. Be careful. When it's shar'an, it's very important to protect someone, their life, their money, their honor. It is important. And sometimes, like I said, it can be watched. The second type is islah dhatul bayn. Your friends told you, go tell the person, I hate you. You're not supposed to go tell the truth. Somehow say it, even if you don't tell the truth. Say it that you don't say he hates you. Between husband and wife, they're fighting with each other. Unfortunately, I see a lot, specifically mother-in-laws, for example. Yeah, my mother says that I hate you. You're so, why are you telling this? You're not supposed to tell this. Because you're going to destroy the relationships here. Yeah. You can go to this like, no, your husband, mashallah, I know that. And if it's indirectly, that's even better. I know your husband loves you a lot. It's just, some problems happen. Your wife, I definitely should love you. It's just, just give her more time. So that's islah dhatul. Two brothers are fighting with each other, having issue with each other. Make sure somehow fix it here. Not telling the truth are fine according to Islam. And many other things, such as, in the war, actually, if you need to do some trick in order to win, that's okay. In general, anywhere and anything that's shar'an, there is a good reason, shar'an. Otherwise, all the liars says, I have a good reason, right? Shar'an, there should be a reason. All right, so let's go to what can we do to get rid of the lying. So you still have a Slido. They introduced it to you. I think it's 200786. If there are any question, you can ask me over there if you have any questions. I don't have any questions, so if you have any questions, so you can put it there. I can inshallah answer regarding this topic. Okay, now the treatment for that. If it's about your children, different ages, I would say if they're young children, you need to change your attitude. You need to change. If they do something wrong, they're not going to be in trouble. By trouble, I mean, you're not going to fight with them. You're not going to cause issue for them. You can talk to them later. Pull them aside, sweetheart, when you do this, you actually, you have to be careful here and there, but not a trouble, not a problem, right? The other children as well, like teenagers, doesn't matter. If they feel safe, tell the truth. If we admire them, actually tell the truth. You did something wrong. You were not supposed to do that, but the fact you told me the truth, that's very good. I'll say again, I remember my Ustad, in Hawza, whenever, we were absent any day or any session of the class, we were supposed to go to him specifically. He said it's haram to go back to the class without coming to me and telling me what happened and getting the permission to go back to class. So we had to go to him and ask. And one of the things he was telling us, what happened? If we were trying to say, Ustad, please let me explain to that, he will become so upset. He said, tell me there's not a good reason that you have, or something important. Tell me that, hey, I was lazy. I'm not going to be that upset. But if you are trying to justify it and lying about it, if the kids know the discipline is their part, the teenagers are the discipline. You did something, you shouldn't have done that. This is discipline. This is the negative reinforcement. But you're not in trouble. You're not going to have big issue here. Sweetheart, I need to take your phone away from you. I don't want to do it. I know it's very fun for you, but I need to because you did this. But I really appreciate you told me the truth. This is a great thing. I'm so happy you're honest. You see how it goes? Husband and wife, the same thing. We usually lie because we're afraid of the consequences. You're afraid of your lie. If you don't tell the truth, she's gonna fight. Oh my God, fight with you. Oh my God. So we literally are forcing each other to lie. So if he comes to you, sister, and he lies about something that he did or he didn't, right? Good or bad, whatever. Fight is not gonna happen. Guess what? Huh? But if he comes and tells you the truth, we're gonna fight. So I better not tell the truth. Or vice versa, doesn't matter. So we really are promoting to hiding the truth, to hide the truth, to not tell the truth, or to lie about it. Again, something wrong is wrong. We talk about it. You know what, husband? You know what, wife? I didn't expect that. It really hurt me when you say that. But thank you so much. At least we're honest with each other. So if you have a problem, we shouldn't add problems on top of the problem. You tell the truth, right? So one of the major things can help us here, again, I use a lot, this cognitive therapy, CBT maybe here, that you think about all these ayat, rivayat, the effect and the consequences of lying in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, socially and spiritually or psychologically. If I lie, how it destroys me, how it destroys my personality. If it lies, how it destroy my my spirituality in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What will happen to me when I lie? How it affects me actually lying. So the more I think about it, this ayat of Quran, Rasulullah is saying 70,000 malak, an angel, would curse me if I lie. A bad sting and smells goes out of me to the ash of Allah. I mean, simple things, yeah. God knows how it affects me personally in my spirituality and my personality and my morality, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks this way about it. That would destroy my honor in front of others. They said one day, there was a king, Shah Hussein, I believe, that he sent his minister or someone to another king with, he said, take you a lot of gifts with yourself and bring it over there. And this guy, he loves that specific book of the poetry. Take it with yourself and give it as a gift. I said, okay. So when he went to the library to receive that precious, important book, the librarian made a mistake. Instead of that book, he knew it should be a poetry book, but he gave them the history book as a mistake. And the guy didn't take and didn't check it to say it's the same poetry book or not. He grabbed it and he left. I believe somewhere like a long distance he left, and he went to the other king. The other king says, mashallah, very, very nicely, thank you so much. You came here all the way. You should have been very tired at this long trip here. He says like, no, alhamdulillah. I had the tawfiq of having that book of poetry with me, and I reciting throughout the trip, and that gives me energy. The king says, what? Oh, that book, I really want to read it. Tell them to bring it to me. They brought it, he opened it, realized this is not the book. The book of poetry is the book of history. And realized the guy was lying. He didn't even open the book throughout the whole trip to realize that they gave him a wrong book, but he wanted to magnify. He showed that he's bigger than who he is, right? Something that he's not, and he was lying about it. And of course, it destroyed the honor of the person. That happens a lot. It destroys the honor, it humiliates the person, the lying, right? The other thing is that I think about that if I lie, it destroys my honor in front of others, in front of Allah, and definitely this dunya, I'm going to be revealed, and people are how they're going to think about me. And Imam Salih said, and you heard a lot, the nisyan and forgetfulness is one of the issues of lying. The person he keeps lying, keeps forgetting things. And when they talk about, they do opposite. They forget about what they lied about and they do opposite, and people realize. But you said something else before. You heard a lot, or you might experience a lot about this. If a person is really used to lying, it can be like I said, psychological issues. That it might be underlying factors that should be discussed, definitely, what caused that. Therefore, the best way is to pondering upon the consequences, pondering upon the reasons, pondering upon what I gain by lying, what I lose by lying, and what does it do to my personality. And that doesn't have age. Even my younger friends, if they're listening to me, I have some people I see sometimes, younger ones lie about something. You realize sometimes you don't say anything. You just overlook. But, a strong person doesn't lie. No, I didn't do it. You go to school and you didn't do your homework. I'm sorry, teacher, I forgot. I know I should have done that, but at least I know I'm going to be in trouble. Probably I didn't do it, but at least I'm not destroying my personality, my self-esteem, my izzah and honor by lying about it. Yeah, I should have done that, definitely, but I didn't. So that helps, and then keeps practicing. Specifically at the moment that I want to lie, I might be used to it. You might say, but I tell the truth, even if I'm going to be in trouble. And there are many other types of kizb, such as in action. It goes to other things that are very connected, like riyah, for example, that the appearance of a person shows something. External shows something that internal is opposite. External shows, mashallah, the person comes to masjid very, mashallah, ahl zikr and ibadah and tawbah, but outside. And I keep saying one of the major issues of our younger friends with Islamic centers is that it says, no, this brother, he shows himself like this. He's our family friend. I see him outside. He's not what he's showing. I don't want to be around these hypocrites. They keep coming to us and telling us these things. Why they're doing this? This sister, this is my auntie, that they're not who they are. Like inside the masjid, or all of a sudden there's someone else, but outside, why? Is it good? If it's good, you have to be the same all the time. If it's not good, then why you're pretending in the masjid that you're something that you're not outside? So external is different than internal. The best way, internal and external, be the same, as good as possible. Kazdar amal. This is an amal, right? The tradition says, where is that servant show him to me, show her to me, that at night, because of ibadah, their eyes are wet and crying, and in the morning, the lips are smiling at people. Actually, it is better that, not that show the zahir, something that is better than batin, but it's even better that zahir be less than batin be better. Right? Amir al-Mu'minin Imam Ali salatu wasalam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. He goes with his ghulam Qambar. You heard about this. He bought 2 shirts, one 2 dirham, one 3 dirham. He gave him the more expensive one. He kept the less expensive one for himself. And when Qambar says, why? This is your uncle. Because youngers like to have more expensive clothing than better clothes. SubhanAllah, how beautiful. How dear is this personality? Younger ones will like, he's your servant, Mullah Ali, he's your servant. Doesn't matter. Your younger one, he's literally your slave now. You're younger, and younger would like to have more beautiful clothing. SubhanAllah. And then he said, I'm afraid in front of Allah to see that I get the more expensive one in front of Allah, and then you get that. He's putting himself lower in there. His batin is the whole universe. His zahir, he sits down with others, he eats. In the masjid, no one will realize who is Amir. If someone didn't know who is Imam Ali, didn't realize Imam Ali, who is Amir al-Mu'minin. Amir al-Mu'minin, Khalifa al-Rasul, no one realizes. The same as Rasulullah. When they were coming to masjid, they couldn't recognize who is the Rasul of Allah by the position, by the place. Oh, he's on the mambar, or he's somewhere, mashallah, on the bigger chair. Others are sitting on the ground. Now he was sitting with other people next to him. That's how Ahlul Bayt were. Zahir, batin, amazing. The whole universe. The best of all mu'min, taqwa, and piety. Zahir, trying to be the same as other people. We have kizb in akhlaq. Kizb in akhlaq, the moralities that show something that, the sifat and the characteristics of. When he comes in front of this, Ya Allah, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, in front of others, right? Patience, sabr, mashallah, khawf, raja, ma'rifat to Allah, but internally, that's opposite. Internally, that's opposite. Showing that something is good. We're not saying that, so if we commit sins, then we have to go tell everyone, oh, you're committing sins. Or no, that's wrong as well. This is haram as well to reveal. But not to purposely show something, to deceive others that I'm a good person, while internally something else. Therefore, brothers and sisters, this is one of the most important characteristics. We have, again, this is Maghuliyah, Tashkik. It has different phases, different levels. It can be someone who keeps lying for everything. It can be the lower. It can be sometimes even mu'minin in daily life, they think lies are okay, and they don't even think that this can be a lie. Where are you? 10 more minutes, inshallah. No, your GPS is showing that 15 minutes. Why you're saying 10 minutes? 10 more minutes. Your GPS is 20 minutes. Why you're saying 15? I know you're going to be in trouble because you have to be, but no, I'm sorry, I'm late. I didn't come out sooner, so I'm 15 minutes late. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. You can leave if you want, but I'm late. 15 minutes. My GPS is showing 15 minutes. Maybe I will be there by 10 minutes. Good. Right? I will be there by tonight. Yeah, I'm not going to be there tonight. These things are very common, right? And unfortunately, when it comes to those we don't have any ta'aruf and we are closer to them, we lie more. With close friends, we might lie more. With family members, we might lie. That has its own effects on us and destroys us as well. I'm going to do this and that, and then I'm going to be part of this program. I'm going to be part of this team. I'm going to do something, and you're not doing, you don't have time, you're not doing enough, and then the whole team are down because of you. It can be a lie. And khawf al-ba'da as well. Therefore, inshallah, it's important. It's one of the most important. Imam Hassan Askari, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, put all the sins in one room. The key to that room is kazb, is lying. Many of these traditions, How important is this topic? Again, in details of our lives, we pay attention, inshallah. We remove all this from our lives. being on time, being precise, telling the truth, and having, inshallah, bravery, that helps indeed help us back. In return, at least in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will have the honor that we are among the Quran says, Kunu ma'as-sadiqin. Be with the truthfuls, those who tell the truth all the time. And may Allah, inshallah, keep us in this way strong to be among the sadiqeen, truthful mu'mineen, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad wa ajjal farajhum. اللهم عجل لبريك الفرج والعافية والنصر ومد في أمره الشريف وزين الأرض بطول بقائه واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره وشيعته يا رحمن يا رحيم ثبت قلوبنا على دينك بحق الحسين يا الله hasten the ظهور of our Imam Mahdi. Let us and our generation be active and inshallah firm in the path of Quran and Ahlul Bayt. Ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim. Give us tawfiq to be amongst Sadiqeen. Give us tawfiq to get away from any issues and problematic characteristics and problems. And let us be more attached to those traits that are under your satisfaction. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, you protect our children, our youth, make them successful in dunya and akhirah. Remove obstacles towards the marriage. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, those who have hajat and requests, specifically my brothers and sisters, give them their khair hajat. Those brothers and sisters who around the world, they are under difficulties and problems, provide opportunities for their freedom. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those who are sick, cure them all at this moment, and those who passed away, send the thabab and devour from our gathering to the soul, inshallah. رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى
السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى أم المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا أبا محمد الحسن بن علي، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين، خصوصا سيدي مولاي يا أبا الفضل العباس يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم يا تسعة المعصومين من ذرية الحسين. السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة بن الحسن صلوات الله عليهم. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان، السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، السلام عليك يا إمام إنسي والجان. سيدي عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته.